Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lost World Commentary, a all-star Jurassic fan recording with me, Sam. I'll just go down the list who's in this. We've got Jack Evans, or Jack Ewins. That's a little inside joke. No, Jack.
That's what you called me the first time you ever spoke my name, Jack.
Yeah. We got James Ronan.
Hello, everyone.
And we got Jurassic Unicast, James Hawkins.
Hi.
We got the legend himself, Sick Triceratops, Lewis.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, everyone.
And we've got Ross.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so we're going to do a little commentary of the greatest Jurassic Park movie, The Lost World. We're sort of watching a stream a bit all together. At the moment, we've got it paused just on almost like the first frame of the sunrise for not the sunrise, but the Universal logo, should I say? I don't know if you want to get that lined up. Has anyone got anything they want to say before we get cracking?
Which way's the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, all good.
Yeah. So should we just get cracking, like?
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So we just do like a little countdown in 3, 2, 1, play.
Nice. There we
go.
Lost World.
Was this the first time that new Universal logo was used, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's even had the old one on the trailers.
Mm.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
And I think they retired it in 2012 or something like that.
Now it's just in a logo's retirement home with the really young Columbia TriStar woman.
In 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
So this film starts with like 20 seconds of just black, which I only kind of noticed on like a recent rewatch, but it stands out.
I think
I love it.
Watching it just on like a regular TV or your computer, it doesn't do it any justice. I think last year I watched it with like my home cinema, like surround sound up full blast, and it just starts roaring like that.
It's like the ocean rumbling, isn't it?
So I've never noticed how poor rendered that background actually looks there on the mountains.
Look at this, like negative Sue coming out of the gate.
I feel like that's just not a pleasant place to be. Like,
no, it doesn't look exactly the most relaxing world. Here, Drew. You have to get your hair swept.
It's like one of them beaches, where you're just walking along going like, fuck it, where you're walking on all the broken shells and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Right, I've always wondered, look how choppy that fucking water is. Can you imagine that little boat taking them to the beach on that thing?
Boat just getting thrown into the rocks.
They're just fucking surfing in on the boat.
The nav tech too. That was you, Sicky T, who pointed that out to me back in the day.
Oh, about there's two ships, isn't it? And the sister ship of that one, the Navatech 2, is used in Jurassic World, the bigger ship that they use when they go to the island.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, same sister ships, yeah.
Because in the world of Jurassic Park, there are only 2 ships you can use.
Literally 3. It's the SS Ventura.
Oh, sorry, I stand around
now.
with three ships.
That's it. No other ships.
No.
I'm still gutted this scene never got used in like the original.
Do you see any wings, love?
I saw someone ages ago, you have to correct me if I'm wrong here, that said something about the design of her dress. Not the mother. It's like it's almost like a brain or something. Some sort of
That's-
blood vessels.
What?
The
If you look at it,
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
there's something to do with the design of her dress that's like got some sort of significance, but I've never been able to work out what it is.
That's
It's just like,
you're looking for
flowers, isn't it?
Why would that be? I don't understand why.
What's the significance of a brain dress? Yeah,
No idea.
just like
And if you look at the man's, if you look,
I can't unsee it now.
if you look at the father's suit, it's actually like he has like a blue vein running up the middle of it.
This
What's, it,
transition.
what's that thing from Ninja Turtles? Crane.
Krang.
Here's a little fun fact for you. The let me see if I can remember what it is. I think the word for chaos in Greek or something like that is also the word for yawn. So it's like where Malcolm's yawning. It's like it also means chaos. How about that?
Yeah, boys, this your mate coming up here.
Yes, here he is.
The legend.
The curious man.
You're him, right?
I believed you.
Here he is coming back from his Saturday detention.
I was convinced for years when I was younger that was him from The Breakfast Club.
And how
Long
now
trip
we've
home.
realised The Lost World is a direct sequel to The Breakfast Club.
And then one day you actually got to speak to him and actually tell him that to his face. And we had a joke about it with him.
We were like, this is our moment, we must tell him. And he just brushed it off like, oh, okay.
You're fucking weird, aren't you?
Get out more, lads. We can't. Not allowed.
How does this butler not know this is Ian Malcolm?
Right.
Maybe it's his first day on the job.
He's really nervous. His hands are shaking like a leaf.
I swear for years and years I was convinced, and I'm still convinced, that there was an external shot of his mention when I watched this in the cinema.
You know, there might have been. Because a lot of movies do get trimmed sometimes when they come to home video, and if it's been trimmed and never been talked about, we just never know. It's like Clayton Fioriti always talks about how he swears he saw a shot of baby pteranodons falling in Jurassic Park 3 or something, and it's just not in there. And he's like, I swear I saw it in the cinema.
They've done an Event Horizon where they stored the footage and just lost loads of it.
Yeah.
So here we get introduced to Ludlow.
Here he is, the big man. The little man.
How does he stack up in Jurassic villains?
Oh, he's got to be the best, I think.
Nah, I'd say Eli's probably the best one.
Who's that?
Class him as a villain.
You know, Mills.
Yeah, I think Mills is as well.
He's the only one that's killed a human.
He's the only true villain.
Yeah, he's the only true villain.
Yeah, this guy
Ludlow's just
has one of them faces you want to punch.
Yeah, he didn't have to let them tag along and this, that, and the other, did he?
That's true.
Who should I say is? It's the problem with doing a commentary of The Lost World. Is you just want to watch The Lost World.
It's just so fucking good.
Why are all the lights on in the day?
That's Janusz Kaminski's fault, I think.
Yeah,
He's
that's
made
that
of-
butler's. It's the butler's first and last day.
You just see Hammond walk out the room in the background and turn them all off.
Just shaking his head.
That's what.
I think I'm made of money.
That's what killed him. That's what killed him. He saw the power bill for that month. It's like, "What?"
And then the butler accidentally unplugs his machines in his room.
He's trying to plug in a lamp. He's like, oh no, the lamp, please.
Halfway through the speech at the end.
All the power just goes out.
He's just like, yeah, I'll unplug that lamp for you, sir. And then Hammond's like, well, careful, there's 2 plugs.
Beep. Oh, look at him there in his little bed.
Oh. Little does he know, his incompetent butler.
I told you to turn the lights off.
Not turn my lights off. Or he's like, turn the light off, turn the light, because the only light he can see is the one that he's rushing.
The butler's like, I'll give you lights out.
For fuck's sake, you're not even older than me.
Oh, God.
Imagine. Some people are listening to this commentary thinking, I thought I was going to find out something.
That's what
No, I
makes
hate the
killing
Lost
off
World.
Hammond.
I wanted to know behind the scenes information.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna look up if that butler has a name.
Incompetent butler.
Hammond's murderer. That's what it's.
Probably comes from a family of electricians.
He's no good at this whole butlering thing. But boy, can he flip a switch.
That picture of Tim and Lex. Is that like some kind of promo shot? Because it looks like it's just they've taken 2 photos and just stuck them together.
I think I've got a copy of the one of Lex. Like, it's from behind the scenes on the first film, obviously, but that second one, I don't know where that's from.
He's just known as Butler.
Butler. That's his family name. Butler.
Ian Abercrombie.
Is it the same
And
actor who
Fitch
played
fame.
Alejandro? It's the chef.
Whoa. The guy who played the butler was in Army of Darkness.
Oh, nice one.
We have Nick Van Oren, who fucking just disappears. We have Eddie Carr,
Oh wait,
torn in half. And perhaps you might be the fourth.
the rabbit hole goes deeper, guys.
Oh,
Ian Abercrombie was born on September 11th, 1930.
Oh, shit.
dun dun dun.
X-Files theme.
Why does
Illuminati
IMDb
confirmed.
have a thing for their star sign?
Because people love that bullshit.
Well, he's a Virgo, if you want to know.
Virgo.
And as we all know, they
and
make the best murderers.
and R.I.P. He
I love
passed
the
away.
folder with just sensitive material on it. It's like anyone who walks in, like,
Yeah, he died in 2012. So R.I.P. Hammond got his revenge.
I've just
Welcome
noticed
in Abercrombie Street. Okay.
on
We
Hammond's.
have like an RIP with like the date of his death at the end of this and like a mugshot of him.
If you look on Hammond's bedside table there, I've just noticed there's a little bust of, it looks like Dante Alighieri. I don't know what the significance of that is, but that looks like who it is.
You're going to have to enlighten us, Sicky.
Well, I don't know. Dante's Inferno. Like, do you think they're trying to say the Lost World is like Dante's Inferno or something like that? There you can see it behind him.
Through it to save the things they love.
Some shit like that.
He played Wise Man in Army of Darkness, right? That's enough about him.
maybe in
I
his,
know he's got a decanter there. He's obviously, oh, fuck this, I'm Might as well go out pissed.
Could you imagine how hideously bright Janusz Kaminski's house must be?
Just think the electricity bill.
You walk in every room and you're blinded by the windows and the light. You're like, oh, God.
He's
So
J.J.
bright.
Abrams' biggest inspiration.
I love it when Malcolm picks up the phone and just holds it to his ear. And Hammond's like, "You're too late. If you had a fucking diode before you put it to your ear, you might have caught it."
Do you think nowadays, if this film came out, everyone would complain about this scene being a huge exposition dump? Like, because it's just going, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened.
I
lost
love
interest
this scene though.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I
But
love
it's
a little
like,
bit of music as well.
Yeah, but Hammond's he's like, and she went all the way down to Costa Rica. He's like, a lot of exposition, as you said.
it's a huge exposition dump, which nowadays gets like frowned upon heavily, but back then, '97.
I think it's important though, because there's stuff like that you know, like if it wasn't there, you'd be like, okay, so then how does she know about this? Why is she even there? Like,
And then they'd have to shove in loads and loads and loads of like things like, oh, remember what happened when we were here? You know, and like the dialogue would be exposition, but just between those two characters.
yeah.
And I think it's more important to have this exposition between two characters who have actually had screen time together before you introduce a new character, sort of thing.
I just had a funny little thought then. You know when the butler followed him out? I just had a vision of Hammond poking his head out going, and turn the fucking light off. I was just sitting there like chuckling to myself. I was like, oh.
Or like Hammond's counting his fingers of how many team members are coming, and he smiles, and then he drops a frown, and then turns and looks, and you see the butler scuttling off, and you see the lights switching off down the corridor.
Black light, true light, three lights. It was this is where was it you, Jack, that noticed that it was doing the locations, New York.
Well, yeah, I just assumed for years that for whatever reason that the Eddie's garage was on like the west coast somewhere of America, but it's in New York. It's near Hammond's place, so that means they must have flown all of. Yeah, and it's like that. It just. For some reason, I just had it in my head. I just never questioned it, and I don't know why, but it makes total sense that it's in New York. But it also makes me think that they had to fly all of that equipment over on basically Malcolm's request, because Malcolm was like, we got to go. So they had to push the schedule up.
Does anyone find... Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, because the evidence is they leave one car behind, don't they? Which was meant to be Sarah's car, was it? Apparently.
I was just going to say, does anyone find it odd now that Eddie mentions like the family resemblance when they're on the island, but they've just met her? Like they've just seen them meet, like her and
yeah. It's almost like that's their first time seeing each other.
Yeah,
or seeing them together, sort of thing.
Yeah. Maybe they shot that scene before. No, I don't know.
I've just noticed it now.
And they've edited in. No, that makes sense. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird bit. It's a weird bit of dialogue. I don't think
a throwaway line though.
In today's society, it'd even be used that line because it's inferring, isn't it?
Well, no, I think it still works in the film as it stands because it's like they're having an argument and they're looking over to them and they're thinking about their relationship, aren't they? So that's why he says like, "Do you see any family resemblance here?" So I think it still works, but I can kind of see where you're coming from, where it says like it's kind of jarring.
Nice bit of concept art there from the making of book.
She doesn't even have Sager. She's just a troglodyte.
Is this the same warehouse where the T-Rex bust through later on?
Could be.
It looks similar.
Could be.
reused set potentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Dr. Malcolm downstairs. I love this bit. What's this? Is I hide you know, you go up and you hide. Hi. Brilliant. Love it. You know what? This bit in the book is great. I'm gutted that Dr. Thorne wasn't used in this film. He's such a good character.
Well,
Yeah,
this plot's... Sorry.
No, Karen.
I was just going to say this plot for this film is completely different, really, to the novel, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, massively. It could be an extra, a brand new film, really. There's elements of it that are the same, like the trailers and the... Did we try and work out the time scaling of how long Kelly would have had to have been in this trailer without getting seen? Because
If they would have to have flown across America and that.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, she'd have been in the back of that trailer, and it would have been put onto a plane and flown.
Imagine if it wasn't like a pressurized cargo hold and they come back and she's dead.
Yes.
So horrendous.
There's just guts and brain matter everywhere.
Oh god!
It's not only that. It's not only that she doesn't know like that they're even going to fly. So like she could not even be strapped in.
Mm.
But you could very easily imagine a scenario where we cut to her. She's seatbelted into the front seats of the trailer, just absolutely crying her eyes out because she has no idea what's going on. She doesn't know where her family are. She doesn't know what's happening. She's like, ah!
If they had to like lift it by helicopter,
Yeah.
it's just like hanging on the bottom of a helicopter, swinging around and stuff. Ah!
And then you snap cut to her opening the door, asking if they want breakfast. Like,
She just like exhausted and like hair like all over the place, like battered and bruised.
We overshot the best musical cue in the film.
Ah,
So good.
I genuinely believe the soundtrack for this is better than the first film. Anyone who disagrees can fight me.
Mm. Have you seen on the trailer they've got like a cover over like where the two trailers would join?
mm.
I thought how did they take that off and join the trailers without seeing where she was? She's got all that shit at the back of the trailer, isn't she?
Yeah, plot holes.
This film's awful.
Why are we watching this? Let's turn this off.
Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, you want to watch a real film?
So he's saying he won't go anywhere near the islands, and then he's like 30 feet away from it.
So he basically, him and his kid, they like jump out of the boat and just like tread water whilst they drive the boat in.
There's so many questions with this film, though.
Oof.
Yeah, don't dig too deep.
Oh,
But the thing is,
it's
it's the island's called Sarcasm Island. That's what Isla Sorna means. So it's like the whole film's very sarcastic. You just gotta have fun with it, roll with it.
I love this line. Pretty cool setting, though, this. Oh, forest.
Early GPS.
Has anyone got any Stegosaurus facts?
Their brains were the size of a walnut.
And their spikes are called phagocytes. and they're not actually as big as that.
I mean, these stegosauruses are huge.
To be fair, I'd love to see a Stegosaurus in one of these movies just absolutely wipe out a carnivore, like full on gore it.
I'm surprised by the actual lack of herbivore versus carnivore stuff in the Jurassic series. Like, there's some, but there could be some real interesting, not just fights, but predator prey stuff
Massively.
that we just haven't seen. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're not very long at all, are they? Like the Ankylosaurus against the Indominus is just far too short.
It's cool, it's welcomed, but it's really short.
I put that kind of down to its intelligence, though, because it worked out, didn't it, how to sort of kill it, got its underbelly, flipped it, killed it. But I know what you're saying, though, James. Like, from a standpoint of just, like an awe factor, you wanted that battle to go on a bit longer.
Also, that Ankylosaurus shot to the head probably would have killed it anyway. Sort of.
Yeah, it would have broke its jaw for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourites. That's probably in my top. It's probably, definitely in my top scenes of Jurassic World. Didn't we spoke about that on the chat? I don't know, it was Steve's favourite scene.
Do you reckon we're going to get a lucky pack in the next Jurassic World film?
Maybe actually it'll be a return of an iconic cast member, Sarah Harding's lucky pack. It's like Sarah Harding's not in the film, but the rucksack is.
Yeah.
There's like a big scene.
Sack.
There's a big scene, and they're like, "We'd like to introduce to you Sarah Harding, lucky pack."
I'd be so down for that.
And then on the shelf above is Billy's.
Yeah, Billy's lucky pack. Oh, his lucky strap.
Lucky strap, just the strap.
Yeah, that is what it is. It's not a lucky pack, it's a lucky strap. Yeah. My lucky strap got caught on a rock.
A single strap saved my life.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna need that with all my money.
How much would you say that strap is worth, Billy? The whole film is Grant trying to Frodo in the ring, trying to Gollum, trying to get this strap.
See, now I know today this Stegosaurus with baby, if they've had the CGI overlay with its eyes, it looks so much better. I think it looked really good.
It's basically the least best looking animatronic in the film, I'd say.
But it's a cute little thing, but
just a lack of body movement.
Yeah.
It's a bit
That's
stiff.
why I'm not necessarily the hugest fan of animatronics sometimes. I think the baby Rex is really good. And I like the blue one in Fallen Kingdom on the table. That's really cool. They're probably my favourite ones. And the first Rex.
So it's Nick's camera, his lack of batteries in his camera, right, that caused this whole commotion.
I love it. He just had a little smirk on his face when he got to it. Yeah, this is what I want to film.
Because she asked Nick, doesn't she? She's like, "Is that a Nikon? Can I borrow that?" And obviously his batteries aren't up to speed, and that's what causes that whole stuff. It's always Nick. Nick is a big issue in this film. Not an issue with the filmmaking. I mean, an issue for the characters in that world. Like, he is Hammond's new mistake.
Something in this scene that can't be unseen is the Stegosaurus. His back left foot, when it's walking through the water when it's about to attack Sarah, doesn't make any ripples or splashes. It just floats on the water.
Lazy filmmaking. Come on, guys.
This scene's just so insensical after what she's just done. Like she says, we're here to observe and interact, not,
If she says that after this,
Trapped.
doesn't she?
Yeah, the spear.
But maybe this is her lesson that she learned, where she figured maybe I need to practice what I preach.
Look at the size of them trees.
Reminds me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
What a film. Can't wait to see it on Disney Plus. I haven't watched that film for so long.
Isn't
I
there
watched it not too long ago.
Isn't there an unofficial sequel, like a sequel, like an unofficial sequel or something like that being made?
I think they're working on it.
I think it's supposed to be Mike Morales' son kind of takes over his machine and ends up shrinking the fat. I don't know, I can't remember what happens exactly. What's supposed to be happening, sorry. But...
Shrunk, it's called.
Ah, that's the one.
Just shrunk.
Read it in Lost World Commentary.
That's the problem with movies where it's like you really want to watch them. You just end up watching them.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Especially-
Eddie shouts fire and it's only a tiny little thing.
How empty is that water bottle as well?
I love how just crazy Eddie is. He's like, rah, rah. He's like a crazy old man. Shaking his head and stuff.
Slapping himself in the face.
Well, girl, we're all going to die.
You find it funny that Nick Van Owen came in a van and Eddie Carr worked on the cars.
Mm.
There you go.
Ian Malcolm came in a Malcolm.
This is the commentary you asked for, guys.
This is the commentary
you got it. Happy.
Oh, airline, you have to learn a phone booth. It's just the part where, it's just... I haven't said your names! Coming up with the backwards binoculars.
Yeah, it's the fucking best.
Is Eddie holding Pop Tarts? They look like Pop Tarts packets. He's
Someone reaches for him and he just snatches them away.
he just brought like 10 packets of fucking Pop Tarts.
He's really fussy, that's all he'll eat.
Okay, I mean, he's got in the bag as well.
Not seen one
It's
thing.
when they were doing the inventory, Hammond was like, and what kind of provisions, food do you want? And Eddie Carr's like, oh, I'll have a load of Pop-Tarts, please. And he's like,
How many?
How many? He's like, just Pop-Tarts. Just put 10 packets of Pop-Tarts. I don't care. Just any Pop-Tarts.
Do you not want bottled water? No.
I can reinforce the suspension, I don't care. Just Pop-Tarts.
How did they not notice all this shit everywhere?
Yeah.
She didn't make that mess. That was the plane ride over where everything was falling off the
Where
shelves.
it hit really heavy turbulence.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that does change the whole dynamic of Kelly hiding. The fact that she had to go up in the plane and across the country.
Yeah, I wonder
And
if that
see.
could have been on the little compartments above. It's just
Well, and it's also like she must have been on the boat feeling seasick. Like, oh god, this journey.
Funny
What if
thing
Malcolm just opened the door and she was just lying on the floor? Like, he's like, oh god. It's like the journey just killed her.
I give up. Yeah.
The funny thing is, she never
Just built
snuck
the
in.
damn park.
She didn't hide. They locked her in when she went in there in the garage. And there's like deleted scenes where they're on the boat and Malcolm's just standing outside the window and she's like, Dad! He's staring off into the
He's like, yeah, these are sound.
Walks away.
It's because they made soundproof windows because they were going to be on this dinosaur island.
And as the camera just zooms in on Ian Malcolm's face, all you hear is like just static, like, getting louder and louder.
And he just turns around, stares at her dead in the face for 2 seconds and walks off.
Didn't even clock that she was there.
Just a bead of sweat trickling down his forehead.
Oh my god.
So funny.
Just noticed how perfectly clean Sarah is for being on the island for like a good couple of weeks.
Oh, let's not talk about how stupid Sarah's character is.
See, I have a theory about that sort of stuff. I guess we'll get to it later with the whole blood thing.
What side of the island are they on?
Oh, no idea.
I'm just trying to think.
We're on Site C.
I guess where the trailers are parked up, if you think the ocean's there, it could
Is
be
this
on
the same
any side. couldn't
area
it?
where the T-Rexes attack them?
Yeah.
Or is that another set, another area, another cliff? Do they move the trailers in that time?
I
That
guess they
kept up
could
already in
have.
30 minutes. That's half.
He's Tembo. What we all came for.
There he is.
The legend.
The guy who only brings 2 bullets to this island.
He only needs 2.
Why is there all Pop Tarts in my ammo crate?
If you want me to run this little camping trip of yours, there are 2 conditions. Please bring me my top Pop Tarts. The other condition is the electricity. Make sure you turn it off. Unlike your bloody uncle.
The butler probably gave Ludlow an extra set of lights.
You'll be needing these, sir.
And don't worry, I took care of your uncle.
He wakes up with like a load of lights around him.
Mr. Ludlow, get ready for your bloody toy commercial.
That Jeep that does the massive jump and lands fucking bonnet first in the.
Just writes it off.
Yeah.
They look and the butler's driving it.
I love the sound the Momentosaurus makes. So good. It's like sounds like someone farting in a tuba.
Probably
How do
was.
you think they made the sound effect?
Gary Rydstrom letting rip in a fucking tuba.
When I was little, there's a lot of sounds, including that one, that when I watched the film for the first time, I was like, what is that noise? I just couldn't, I didn't link it to the dinosaur.
Do you reckon Jack Horner just said, can we just name this person like Dr. Burke, like based off of Backer, just to like take the piss?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the whole idea, isn't it? It's supposed to be Backer, in it? Robert Backer,
Yeah.
Robert
But
Burke.
he loved it, didn't he? He loved the fact that they sort of referenced him in the film.
It's also Robert Backer. He actually did some stuff for Jurassic, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
That dude's legs, honestly, just then would have been probably amputated by that door.
That's Carter, isn't it? Got knocked
Yeah.
through the car. Yeah.
Mm.
Why is he not like walking around the rest of the film like shattered?
Shattered legs, like his kneecaps would have gone the opposite way.
That's why he didn't hear fucking Dieter, because he was so hopped up on painkillers.
His bloodstream is 50% morphine.
It always fascinates me, this little contraption with the balloon things.
Yeah.
Reminds me of something like you'd seen.
I mean, that thing is like just made to be a toy, isn't it?
All of these cars are like that.
Jackass or something.
His little satellite dish.
And it was a toy, that Humvee, wasn't it?
Yeah. But like at the same time, it doesn't feel, this bit doesn't feel like too, like too in your face that it's designed, or like most of these things are with making toys of them, you know, like they feel believable and look believable as well as like just being ridiculously over the top.
Like this whether the seat comes out the side. It's like, look what this car can do, kids.
Yeah.
Make sure to get the toy.
Yeah.
Just drives
And all
into
these
the tree.
net guns and stuff, like
A pompadour, Elvis.
I'd say it'd be really funny as if when it came out the side there, his rifle is just like a massive, oversized, bright yellow dart with a sucker cup on the end.
It just makes pew 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 and shoots sparks and stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's just a little blinking red light. Nothing comes out.
Little flag, pal.
It's cool though, because these are all the vehicles that you could imagine them using back in the day when Site C or Site B was in its like heyday.
Yeah.
All these in-gym vehicles.
Like they just had all these just like kind of left over. They're like, great, perfect opportunity to use them. We've got all these things sitting away, rusting in the warehouse. Let's get them out and play with them.
Do you know, watching this back though, the CG doesn't hold in the daylight at all, does it really? Compared to, like, you know, everyone gives Jurassic World a load of stick. I just think it's like literally like night and day.
But I think a lot of it is like
its time. It's a product of its time, and it was really innovative for '97, wasn't it? So that's why people really appreciate it.
And as well, you look at like the way they've like composited like the shots and stuff, like the way they've set them up and everything. Like there's just like a lot of people rushing around in the foreground and the background, and the CG is like usually like sort of mid to background sort of thing.
To collect my fee, Mr. Ludlow. Collect my fee with my 2 bullets.
There's been a massive airdrop of Pop Tarts. That's what he's going. He's looking for it now. He knows it's dropped somewhere around here.
Ronan, what's happened?
I love the way Ludlow runs.
Mr. Ludlow, the Pop Tarts. This is it now, isn't it? We've now got, this is Pop Tarts for this film now. You've got Dunes for the first one, Pop Tarts for this one.
I'm so confused where the jump from Eddie Carr being obsessed with Pop Cars to Ronan.
Yeah,
when that happened.
Same here.
I'm like, what happened?
You all unanimously agreed with they'd all be after Pop Tarts.
It's not dinosaurs they're after at all. They're here to capture giant genetically engineered Pop Tarts.
Or like a plane, like a giant plane crashed carrying like a mother load of Pop Tarts.
Hammond heard that he'd
Eric. Good.
No, I was going to say Hammond heard that there was a container of clap-on, clap-off lights left on the island.
Eric, I'm telling you, I'm astonished you've lasted 8 weeks on this island. Oh, the Pop Tarts got the grant.
The abandoned Nestle factory.
I found a load of Pop Tarts and a whole load of shotgun ammo.
And a whole load of T-Rex pee.
To wash it all down with.
Are there loads of maggots in the meat there? I'm pretty sure there was.
I think it goes back down here, look.
And that Rex is massive.
Yeah, there is.
2 weeks old.
Flies and maggots and shit.
I like the flies. The flies are a good little addition.
Do you think some of those flies are like digital? Because some of them look a bit too... Like, there was no flies at all.
Yeah, I don't think...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just disappeared there, like a split second before it cut.
They really should have left the scene in when Ludlow breaks the T-Rex's leg.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that while they're waiting for the T-Rex, they've got time to build a fucking Lost Boys Neverland.
It's also right next door to the camp as well.
Yeah. Bangarang.
So here's the controversial thing I have this whole... Wait, what are you seeing on screen right now?
Just at the hunter camp getting set up.
Okay, yeah. So you got the hunters, right, set up their camp. They're getting ready to make their call and everything, right? But they don't contact the Ventura to let them know where they are.
Well, not that we know of. I mean, they could have, couldn't they?
Not that we know.
No, because if they, to break this down as easily as possible, they set up their camp. The trailer gets destroyed, or the camp gets destroyed after Nick Van Allen and Sarah do that, and then they have to walk to a communications building to make a call to let them know where they are. Whereas you think that would be the first thing they would do, but they were all like, "No, we've got to get the call to the board members. We've got to get everything going."
Yeah, that just shows what,
And
a,
also,
what a twat Ludlow is, isn't it?
Well, it's not just that. It's
Especially that guy
they
sitting there on the
changed-
radio right now. He could have just been like, "Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, we're here."
Yeah,
Job
because
done.
they changed location as well. Because remember, Ludlow was in communication with him, going, "I want to be up and ready in half an hour," and then Roland Tembo made him change the campsite. So where their location is unknown to anyone, and they just don't make the simple phone call. So the entire film plays out as it does because they don't tell them where they're camped. And the Ventura we know is just off somewhere because they come and bring the T-Rex capture gear once they make the call, but we haven't even got to that clusterfuck of an ending yet.
I wonder whether like the InGen board for like after like the whole footage just went black, and then the lights go out and the butler comes in.
Sorry,
like,
was that me?
He's like, was that all of them, Jeeves? He's like, yes, all of them.
By the way, is my sound better?
No.
Okay.
I love how absolutely hammered Ludlow sounds here.
Yeah, this is completely pissed, isn't he?
Yeah. His rambling like speech just then.
And I said to him, 2 bottles of peanuts. The little head movement there of the Triceratops always reminds me of the toy, the Kenner one.
Was it you, Sicky, who was saying that baby Triceratops isn't an animatronic?
Yeah, I think the animatronic that they made for the original film that got cut, they just got rid of the robotics or something, the actual robot, and kept the foam latex skin. And then it was in like some Stan Winston chat thing. Shannon Shea was like, they actually used it in the Lost World, but because they didn't have time to build another animatronic, they just draped the baby trike skin over an actress or like one of the people that work there. So it's just an actress with the skin on, like moving about in the cage. That's what he says anyway.
Yeah, I never knew that. There's your fun fact, kids.
They forgot about it. They just chucked it
20,
in
30
storage.
feet in the air.
Oh yeah, the car that goes flying.
They've like that little treehouse. They've cut logs down and everything. You imagine them like just standing next to the T-Rex and it's like they can sawing trees down.
This animatronic is so brilliant.
You don't know how tasty those Pop Tarts are, Sam. This willingness is worth making all that noise.
Like their first thought of like after that blows up is just like, where the fuck are these Pop Tarts? Let's get them over this fire as quickly as you possibly can. There's not much time.
The fuel will add flavour.
The fires will be out soon.
Those Pop Tarts are not going to cook themselves. Brings a whole new meaning to getting this movable feast on the way.
This toastable feast. Chocolate, strawberry.
Let's get this toastable feast on the way.
Yeah, this is cool, this bit. You were saying how we're not alone on this island, and he throws a fucking bolt in the fire. So good.
I love how Ludlow's just completely clueless as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Drunk as a fart.
Who is it? What's going on?
You just see him turn around and throw up all over his own shoes.
All their lights go on. Hammond's turning his grave.
Oh, do you reckon the butler installed all the lights in there?
This makes me laugh. Like, one, how on earth did he get that wench all the way over the top of that tree? And that would never support this, would it?
It was with his ultra harpoon gun that came with Eddie Carr.
Yeah, the spring-loaded ultra harpoon gun.
He fired it over the branch. It's bigger than him, the actual gun.
And when they go up there, they find the tallest tree in the island.
Yeah, it's incredibly
high.
Compared to the other trees.
Do any of you guys remember
So
the
how
high
fucking high
hide?
did he get up?
The high hide stuff, like you could on VHS. I remember you couldn't really see the trees that they were swinging from. So like on VHS, it just looks like they're hovering in the air.
Yeah.
Whereas like on the DVD and Blu-ray, because it widescreen, you can actually see the tree that they're hanging from. But like I remember on VHS as a kid looking at that stuff, going, "How the heck are they floating? Like are they floating above the forest? Like what's going on?"
Did they just quickly build a really tall tower?
Yeah, you can actually see a cable there on the baby Rex coming out of it.
You can, yeah.
Into Nick's fucking coat.
Yeah.
I think they would have tucked that behind the leg. But then you'd probably see it here, wouldn't you?
The foibles of special effects.
My dad used to have that lamp.
Is your dad a butler by any chance?
No, he's actually a dinosaur veterinarian. No, there's that one with a magnifying glass.
That's a pretty cool lamp. Tim, you had a cool lamp.
So did they deliberately bring that kit along in case someone had a broken leg?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's for humans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it is a makeshift sort of thing. Cause she's using gum and stuff like to fix it up. So. Oh no, honey, no.
Enrique.
We can tell the T-Rexes are getting closer because everyone gets more and more quiet. Careful, don't make a sound. They might hear you.
This is, I guess, this is probably like the best sequence. It's my favorite sequence, I guess, in the whole film. The rain, the Rexes.
Mine's the hunter camp. That whole sequence. But the trailer sequence I like. There's just some things about the scene that I don't enjoy, but that's like nitpicky stuff, like the cheeseburger joke and all that sort of stuff. It's like, ugh. But what was I saying the other day? That The Lost World is like probably the most ambitious use of practical effects ever put to screen on like a major movie, and it pays off.
Yeah.
You know, you got two full-sized animatronic T-Rexes ripping into a full-sized Mercedes car. It's like literally
pulling someone out of it. Yeah.
And pulling someone out of it, and you know, smashing through glass. Like they use a lot of the animatronics for the action in this movie. And obviously there's like loads of them.
I just like the atmosphere that they get going with the rain and the sound, even the sounds of like the phone ringing in the background.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's dripping with dread.
And peppered with like jokes like this when he falls straight down.
Or maybe you should have just squeezed a little bit harder.
Really sounds like it's fun. Like that is just
such a great scene. I remember seeing that in the cinema. You know when we went back to the Charles Theatre?
Sam's just gone to the loo, by the way.
Oh yeah, you didn't go, did you, Jack, that day?
No.
Ross, she was there, though, wasn't you?
Grieves me.
Ross, she was there, wasn't you?
I don't think Ross can hear you for some reason.
What's that?
James is talking to you.
I
weren't replying.
I'm sorry, dude. Oh my god.
So I was sitting like that, it's fine.
Sorry, what did you say?
I think you mentioned... Yeah, no, it's not even important anymore. The moment's gone. No, I was just saying, now we went and watched this in the Charles Theatre again.
Man.
When that scene when they're above in the high and the Rex roars, like echoes, so good.
It just filled the cinema. It was absolutely.
That's the best intro to the T-Rex in all the movies, in my opinion.
Just like dropping down in the background.
Yeah, even more so than its first reveal in the first film. I just think the whole idea of like you hear it across the island, and it's just like that's so ominous.
Yeah,
it's like just hearing them. I don't think you hear the dinosaurs off in the distance as much as you should in these movies.
I think it works. Yeah, it's so successful in this one. Like you've got the Rex in the first film, you hear the footsteps and the vibrating cup and all that. But it's the roar that is so like iconic that it works so well in this one. Because as soon as you hear the roar, it's like, oh, we know what's coming here.
Yeah.
It kind of just gives that impression that the island just belongs to the T-Rex as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Sarah just states the obvious.
That's those in the little computer panels in the trailer. That's where like the information on the Dilophosaurus being like 20 feet long comes from.
It's in the making of book as well, isn't it?
Yeah, when you get like a good clear shot of one of those.
Yeah.
So is that sort of confirming that the one in the first film's like a juvenile?
Well, there's always been this hotly debated topic of like when he says, "I thought you were one of your big brothers."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I guess.
But then I've never ever thought that. I thought he was referring to the Rex and the Raptors.
Yeah, just other dinosaurs, yeah.
Because Nedry comes across to the fact that the guy just doesn't know what dinosaurs what anyway.
Well, that is true, but he knows how to turn the raptor. He knows to turn the raptor fences off, so he knows a bit about them.
Yeah, but I think that's knowing that maybe he's heard stories shit scared of, you know.
When Muldoon's asleep in the office, he's sleepwalking. They're up the fences. They're up the fences.
But yeah, until we
mechanisms.
until we actually see like a full-sized Dilophosaurus, the biggest one we know about are the ones from Jurassic World. Because the holograms in the Innovation Center are all
size
accurate, aren't they? And so the one that pops up when Gray presses the button is about the same size as a raptor.
See, yeah, I agree. I think I like the fact that the dialogue was about the size of the raptor actually, because it would make the fight a little bit more even. Because I think if they did actually have a fight and you saw it was compared to the one in Jurassic Park, the raptor it'd be too easy.
Well, it depends. It depends on if it hits it in the face with its venom, or if there's more than one.
Also, the one at the start, you hear the sound effect at the start of Fallen Kingdom. That one sounds pretty small.
Like a little bitty one. It would be cool to see like a big adult one, and then you hear that sound that they make, but like a sort of an adult version.
Oh yeah,
more guttural and sinister sounding.
I would accept it if we saw a full size Dilo. Then I would be fully accepting. And it's just that I'm quite happy to just see the one that we know.
But yeah, according to the Lost World, there's 20-foot long Dilophosauruses out there on Saunus.
Does anyone find it odd there's no like emergency exit on trailer that's got absolutely everything else.
I find it. I don't know. I find it more odd that there's just a plain piece of glass at the end of the trailer for no apparent reason except for this.
Yeah.
To be honest, but
so Kelly can bang on it as they're sailing away.
yeah,
Like in the Graduate, she's just like.
You'd think, oh, maybe it's there for observation, but you think they'd make it like one-way glass.
that's true. Well, at least tinted.
Because just like Eddie goes outside to have a piss out the back. It's like Kelly's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or worse.
Oh, God.
Really scurrying away. Like.
He's got a line full of Pop Tarts having a Tommy Tank. And Kelly's like, oh.
Rubbing crumbled Pop Tarts all over himself.
Fucking hell.
You just see him looking around as he stuffs them down his trousers.
Witness me.
Then starts bashing himself in the crotch to pulverize them all.
That's right though, like that. So I'm assuming that massive pane of glass is because they're meant to be there to observe and study the dinosaurs. But like, if it's not one-way glass, it's like
that'd be like
the
bulletproof glass.
Yeah, not only is it clear as day, you've got the fucking massive bright lights behind them as well, getting dinosaurs' attention.
Yeah, as the
again.
yeah, there's that. It's got big metal bars that go across it as well, hasn't it? But it falls off.
Oh yeah,
just as they go over the cliff. I mean, you could still see through it, but
I mean, if the bloody metal bars come off just by it dropping, like it's not really gonna do much against the dinosaurs.
they go over a bump and it fucking falls off.
All the doors are flying off and like, rips in half when you go over like a little pothole.
Anything else? Here's your line, Jack.
Oh god,
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Like
It just goes on a bit too long. Like if he'd have just said like a cheeseburger with everything.
No, it's not. It's not that. I wouldn't mind if Malcolm.
Eddie Carr just like,
it's the other two joining in so quick, isn't it?
It's more Sarah because 5 seconds ago she was crying, screaming, hanging over a cliff, and then when Malcolm pulls her up,
planted.
well,
She's like tenacious go-getter.
Malcolm pulls her up and her face is in her shoulder, just going, like, oh my god, like I nearly died. And then literally 5 seconds later, no onions are mine.
I mean, I know if I was in her position, I'd just be sitting there thoroughly soaked through with urine and feces and not being able to formulate a single sentence, let alone a witty quip.
Well, she probably would have been concussed, wouldn't she, from that fall?
Maybe that's why she's not scared.
Yeah.
It'd be quite funny though.
She's got a traumatic brain injury.
She actually thinks she's at fucking McDonald's or something.
I like they're climbing the rope. She's like, our burger's done yet?
They're all safe. For like...
eat in, not take away.
Ooh, a swimming pool, and just swan dives out the bottom of the trailer.
It would be funny to see like a version where Sicky T, this might be something you could do.
Oh yeah.
Where like it's like Sarah's falling, she's like, ah, and then she hits the glass, it just smashes, and she just goes flying.
Oh yeah, I could probably do that.
Oh my god, Sicky T!
I'll mask Sarah out and just have her fall straight fucking into the drink.
And then Eddie pops up. Can you want anything?
Cut the explosion.
Eddie just throws like a Happy Meal down after it.
Shall I cancel the apple turnover? I always wanted to see a version where the T-Rex has got there like a couple of minutes earlier, while he's just standing there.
I always see their security wires when they do that fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, again, if that was in a modern film, the fans would lose their fucking minds over that bit, because who has the strength in their fingertips to,
from a free fall, it just grab onto the
But it's not only that; it's all three of them managed to do it simultaneously. It's not
in the rain.
Yeah,
In
in
the
the rain.
fucking rain.
In the rain without like slicing through their fingers.
And not only that,
amputating their fingers.
And not only that, you've got one more fall coming up where they're on the rope and they all do the same thing again, basically.
I like the sound for these stuff, though. I think like the sound of the creaking and the wires.
Yeah, the sound design is so good.
Amazing.
In like all Jurassic films, I think the sound design is like top notch.
The Foley artists are brilliant, aren't they? For, like the sound effects.
Every sound is satisfying and punchy and just
that's what I mean. The first film, I don't know about. Well, I don't think the second one won any Oscars at all. But the first one, it won 2 Oscars for sound design and sound editing. Well deserved.
For that banana slip for Nedry.
That's what cinched it.
Well, I was watching your video you made the other day, Sicky T. This one, and just the sound of Nedry doing up the Barbasol can is just like, it's practically makes you salivate how good it is. Like.
Yeah, I like lifting up the embryo things, and it's like, and closing the big door.
Oh, god damn it. I absolutely live for that sort of stuff. It's so good.
I think my sound's improved.
Yeah. It has, yeah.
Well, I've played around with some of the settings.
Man, you're coming through.
Last time you.
I think I had my USB, my camera was picking up my sound more than my mic.
Right.
So it was creating an interference.
Yeah, you're back.
So I switched it off. And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Back together. Thanks to you people.
Well, let's rewind. Start it again then.
Yeah. I don't have to mute anymore. Oh, I love this. This is great. The whole CGI bit when they come in.
It looks really good.
Yeah, the CGI in this film is
the CGI in the previous shot
top notch.
Looks better than this animatronic in this shot. Like I swear.
Yeah. I don't like. The thing is with these animatronics is they're too kind of low to the ground, where they're mounted on a train track thing,
and they're sitting in a bush as well.
There's also a CGI difference with the skull sizes as well, isn't there? It's just prevalent throughout all the films, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you've watched these films as many times as we have, it's like these are the things you just know.
You can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it, but you still love it.
I still love it. Like this.
It's all part of
so
the.
Good.
Well, it invites you into the filmmaking process when you know.
It's the ambition as well to think that even though it doesn't look, brutal. even though it doesn't look like absolutely perfect, which how the fuck would they make it look absolutely perfect? It's just like that ambition that they had to make something that good. It's just amazing.
That's like I like Thunderbirds, but you can see the strings and the puppets don't look like real people at all. So it's like
because they spend hours building those little models just to blow them apart in the most spectacular way possible. Oh my god!
I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but that show is amazing.
It's so fucking good.
Mr. Tracy.
Yeah. All this time building.
We're all shut our age now.
Yeah. They just build all these huge models, intricate models, and they blow them all up in every episode. It's like
cram them full of explosives.
Yep.
Oh.
What was that show called with the Mysterons? Captain
Scarlet.
Captain Scarlet.
Captain Scarlet.
Indestructible.
That was good, but not as good. Yeah, he just dies all the time.
He dies in every episode, I think. And then
the thing that I never got about this. Sorry to tangent back onto the Lost World.
Sorry, Theo, go back on the film. We're actually
welcome back to the Thunderbird podcast.
Did they walk all the way back to the hunters' camp in silence? Because they're just fucking going through everything now. Eddie's dead. All our stuff's been destroyed.
I think Malaga and everything, they just walk back.
I've just realised that is the hunters' camp. I still thought that was the cliff edge.
Well, I think you're meant to assume that they had to get out of that area because of the T-Rexes. So they must have frog marched them all the way back to the camp. And they're like, right.
Bags on their heads.
Dr. Burke showing
McDonald's
Brilliant
bag.
money.
Except Eddie Carr would have wanted. They like he would have wanted this, and they just like hold up.
They crumble some Pop Tarts and throw them over the cliff, like Big Lebowski.
Burial at sea.
Ludlow says they've got a load of Happy Meals ready.
They're situated somewhere around here.
Now, if we make it down here into this compound, we can call for some more little Pop Tarts.
Was that
Okay,
right?
I'll handle that.
No, let me just wash this down.
This is not banana that I asked.
Hey, we're not too far away from the scene coming up where like a lot of the stunt guys in this were like from Predator 2 and stuff.
Yeah, they've got El Scorpio from Predator 2.
And not only that, one of them's wearing like a torch on his shoulder. I think it's Dieter Stark. He's got like a torch on his shoulder.
Isn't it?
I did like this.
It's the torch on the shoulder, but wherever he looks, the torch goes, and it's like the Predator shoulder cannon, but a torch form.
That's another another
geek off in this bit.
Another great prop. That would be a toy.
Just starts blasting the fucking T-Rexes with his shoulder cannon.
Yeah.
I know
It's when
these
they're
animals
walking.
Go on.
I was just gonna say that's during the bit where they're walking in the rain, so it's not just yet.
But like these animals aren't necessarily supposed to be scientifically accurate. But it is one of the best things I like about this whole area now, when they start talking about how it's the way it hunts and the way it defends its territory, etc. like that. So it's almost like a paleontological sort of view of things. I hope that they do. I'd love to hear that again, like especially with Alan Grant coming back. I want to have the pay. Like, I want to feel like that kid that loves dinosaurs again, rather than just knowing everything.
Yeah. Have someone actually spelling it out for you, like in a way that just like builds the suspense and that.
You want to go to school?
Is that what you want?
Yeah, just
you loser?
I guess you know how like there's a bit of foreshadowing, isn't there, with Grant at the beginning of the first film. So he talks about the raptors and the way they hunt, and you kind of have this little small vision already in your head, and then when you see them, it kind of adds to that sort of fear aspect, I guess.
Yeah.
And we don't really get
like
that.
the rumors about him before you actually see him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Go on.
Sorry, I was just when Nick grabs fucking his rifle, he's like, let me see it for a second. Just fucking fires it.
I thought you was going to say, Sam. Then I was going to say, "Get your bloody thumb off my gun." That's what I thought you was going to say.
Yeah, just.
You should be able to see Dieter's torch light or whatever.
He's got like a double one.
He's
got one on each shoulder.
Well, the hilarious thing was it just shone straight into his face at one point.
Yeah,
that's clever, isn't it?
They've like told him to look at, like they've said, "Here, get the money's worth out the prop, Peter. Look around." He's like, his head's going like.
Well, that must be. I reckon that is actually the same thing from Predator. Not probably the exact same prop, but it's Stan Winston, isn't it? So it must be like something left over.
He's just like he had a massive love for just anything that just pivoted on your shoulder.
I am gutted that Pete Postlethwaite died.
Yeah, I am as well.
He's so good. What a character to have brought back if they ever brought him back.
That would be absolutely amazing.
He'd be a bit old now though if he was still alive.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be any older than what Richard Attenborough would have been.
Well, I don't know.
Like he's like Alan Grant's 70. How old? Let's have a look. How old was he?
Well, I just remember seeing
Sam
him.
Neill was like 45 when he did Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he was 70. He just turned 70, isn't he?
Well, I just remember seeing Pete Postlethwaite in Inception, and I know he was playing a guy who was on the deathbed, but I was like, oh my word, he looks so old.
Yeah.
Okay, so he died. He died age 64 in 2011.
64.
Oh, okay.
So he'd have been 73.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was young. Because he was just ill.
73. So it'd only been Alan Grant's age.
But what would he like? What would be the purpose of bringing him back. I think the ending that
Just
he
to
got
be
just to
fucking
disappear.
badass.
Well, yeah,
Correct answer.
can't argue with that.
He comes on screen. He goes, "I've brought 3 bullets this time."
Try and get your thumb on this.
And then 4 raptors come out. It's like, oh, fuck.
And then the only answer, he just has to kill one with his bare hands.
Dieter decides to walk 3 miles away from everyone else.
He really needed that shit. Like, he doesn't want anyone else to smell that.
Have you had a theory? I don't know how much water this has, but like the compy that bursts out of the bushes at him in this scene is the same one.
It's the same one.
Shot.
I think it's implied. It doesn't have to be the same one, but I think you could totally, if you felt like it, you could think, yeah, that's the same one.
It sounds like a.
It's only got one eye or something where he's burnt the other one out with the taser.
Well, it's because he brings the taser out and then it sort of takes a step back, so it recognizes that.
Yeah, as soon as it sees it, it shoots right off. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's meant to be.
I think you're right there. Yeah.
It's meant
Sam,
to be
I love that. It's been trailing him this whole time.
Well, it has. It must have been.
Come on, boys.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna fucking get you, Dieter.
I heard this idea and I was like, never.
Just
At the same
one
time, I'm
compy.
like, I think this is meant to be.
Yeah, I think it is.
Meant to be.
Oh, the
Yeah, 'cause
animator's
when
just
you-
gone.
when
Oh,
you
that's
think
what I'll do.
when you think what he says about how they've got no reason to fear man, that's the only Compsognathus Nefus that would have a reason to fear man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So I think. And then it got all this
Turn
compy
around
brothers
out
and
here.
sisters. But then that means the compies have really good communication if that's the same one, because it went back to his little compy thing and went, right,
Yeah.
there's this thing we need to go
He's
get.
a dickhead who's got a taser. He's
Like,
fucking
I know
blasted
this
me.
sounds crazy. I know this sounds crazy, guys, but there's a fucking giant here, and he throws lightning around.
We have to take him down.
And then when they found him later on, he was like, I told you.
Compies are just following the Pop Tarts.
Pop Tart crumbs.
falling out of his pocket.
To make this even go like deeper, that wasn't the same compy that backed up us, because it went, Jason, look, if you go up there, he's going to pull a stick out. If he does that, then you know I'm telling the truth. So Jason's like, all right, then I'll go up there. I'll make him
complete
jump.
scurries off. It's like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, he's got the stick. Oh my god! All right,
Get him!
Terry's telling the truth. Get him.
That's him. That's the man.
To be honest, right, this whole
Right,
thing
so-
here, right, I wouldn't. Obviously, I would hate that if that would happen, because especially that bit on the lip, that's grim. But I don't look at that and think, okay, he's in any danger of his life.
I like the one that's pecking his shoulder. It's like a woodpecker.
Like, I think for them to,
Like, how long would it take for them to actually kill him?
you
Yeah.
got to at least have triple that amount.
That lip
Well,
bite.
no, I mean, like, have you ever seen like a piranha eat something? Because I mean, like, these obviously are
Oh god, yeah.
But they're not
Massively
piranhas,
inspired.
though, are they?
yeah,
but they've designed them to act like land piranha.
yeah,
Mm.
and like if you see what a piranha can do, I mean, they don't have big mouths, but they will
Yeah.
will take a chunk out.
They just like vibrate the flesh off now and there's like.
Yeah.
That lip bite was straight out of the novel as well, and the compies like sat over the crib, aren't they?
Ah.
Nick Van Owen giving that gun a nice little eyeball there. Look what I just did.
Yeah, Roland Tembo, the badass.
Eeny, meeny,
who's
miny,
like,
plum. I wonder where.
Fucking hell.
I wonder what my thumb has done.
It's funny how like Roland Tembo, this ultimate badass, like a few seconds or like a few hours ago, Nick was like, "Can I have a look at that gun?" And he's like, "No." And then like 5 seconds later, he's just going, "Leave it next
Just
to him."
abandons it.
Dieter's like travelled so far, he's ended up in Jurassic Park 3 somewhere.
He's in the future.
He's in the thin red line, by the looks of it.
See, there is an alternate universe out there somewhere where we never see Dieter again after that sequence, and then he does appear in Jurassic Park 3.
Mm.
As like he's been on the island for absolutely ages. This real villain that's there.
Grant's like, Eric, how did you survive like so long? And then fucking Dieter opens the hatch.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Dad. He's like,
He's got no skin.
This is
Missing
like,
an eyeball.
Yeah.
he dies so quickly here. Like, it's just
So I always thought,
he produces blood mist.
Yeah. Let's just say he has a heart attack from fear.
I never understood
wonder
the
if,
blood
like, on the other
mist.
side, he impaled himself on like a branch or something, which caused him not to
I
be
don't know
able to
what.
run.
I think it. Obviously, I know it's supposed to be in the water, isn't it? But I think where the water is so calm in that bit, if they'd done rushing water with the blood, I think it'd have looked better.
It just looks too weird. I never even got it when I was a kid. I was like, what am I looking at here? I'm like, water, smoke? Like, what the hell's going on?
But
It's
no,
cool,
I think
but
that's.
it's like,
I think it's like one of the better depictions of blood. I mean, at least it's not like bright pink sort of thing, you know.
oh no, well the color's fine. It's just I just don't. It doesn't. I can't really see the water.
Yeah, you
It's
expecting
a bit
like Jaws,
confusing.
aren't you?
I think
Yes.
Sarah's obviously concussed. Look at the way she's been walking around all this time. Not noticing the blood on her top and everything.
Yeah.
One side of her face paralyzed.
Why does she keep saying apple turnover, apple turnover, apple turnover?
Still haven't got my goddamn apple turnover. Where's Eddie with my apple turnover? He's dead.
You just see a patch of urine spreading over his shorts. Like he's drunk himself to sleep and pissed the bed again.
Lovely scene. It's probably my favourite scene in the film.
Yeah, it might be my pick of favorite scene in the franchise. This whole,
Oh yeah,
Wow.
this whole campsite sequence.
it is just utterly terrifying.
I just love the
Yeah,
concept of being camping and then having these T-Rexes turn up, and it's just everything.
I don't know how they could just lay out there in the open in this environment. It full stop.
Where else would you
I
go?
wouldn't even lay it on the floor in marbles. Full stop.
I think the idea is that they've been walking and that for so long, they're all just knackered.
Yeah.
I mean, also, what about how this bit, this whole scene is like kind of a precursor to the Battle of Big Rock as well. Camping out in the woods, dinosaurs come and get you.
There you go.
Not such a shitty idea after all.
You know what? I think this is probably like Vanessa Lee Chester's acting here is so good in this whole scene. Like she's the most so believable.
Yeah, that is absolutely on fire. This bit's great.
She looks so petrified.
T-Rex just one.
Well, it's not yet. In a bit.
The T-Rex just wants those Pop Tarts.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
You know what? Since this movie, we've not had the footsteps.
Yeah, that's true.
I know you've put it down to the T-Rex thing, but I still want them back.
I know. I think for me, it's it's not only an idea I have. It's like all to do with entering new territory. So it's like until we see that happen, I don't think we'll get it. But guess what? I don't think the T-Rex is in its own territory anymore. So who knows?
I mean, you look at how much those puzzles are moving. That has got to be some serious stamping going on.
T-Rex is just fucking jumping up.
Yeah. The does pissed him off.
That's why I don't think.
He's stomping, having a tantrum.
That's why I don't.
Give me
think
those Pop Tarts.
I don't think it's stamping. I think there's vibrating through the ground, right? Like elephants do when they communicate. That's where I got the idea from. For the idea behind it, because I was like, these can't be footsteps. They're walking so slow.
Yeah.
Or they're prowling, but even then, it's like if they're prowling, they wouldn't be stamping their feet down. Really, like.
Any prey would know, wouldn't they, straight away that it's coming towards them.
This is so.
Can you imagine waking up seeing that bastard? Fuck you.
Every morning,
like
James.
something out of a nightmare.
It's brilliant.
But yeah, referring to the footsteps in the first one, when Grant throws the flare and the T-Rex chases after it. That's what you get, that same footstep effect.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, the sound effect.
But at a realistic walking pace.
That's clever how they filmed this. They put it on. They stood on a platform, didn't they, and just poked their heads through because they were worried about. Yeah, because the tent was filmed above their height, or they just went down a set of steps to put their heads through a flap. So because they were worried that the animatronic, for health and safety, they'd fall off if it ever fell on top of them.
So it'll just crush their heads instead of like their legs.
Well, obviously it wouldn't go as far as their head.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know how I know that, but I think it might have been on one of the behind the scenes documentary things.
Was it on our podcast?
Oh yeah, she was talking about it, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was when we. She talked about how they were elevating up. Yeah.
Oh, they were good then.
Yeah. Rip.
You can see, I love this shot because you see El Scorpio's luscious locks.
Yeah. Except this time his face isn't covered with cocaine and
Just Pop Tart crumbs. No, we can't keep calling back to the fucking Pop Tarts.
The Godzilla foot.
Yeah.
That's a cool effect. I do like that, but it just looks so funny now.
Yeah.
It's how he sticks on the bottom of the foot.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like if you just hit him once, it would be good, but it's like sticks on like a piece of chewy.
Velcro jacket.
He sticks on like a piece of chewing gum because it could be like his crushed rib cage is impaled the bottom of the.
To be fair, I like the fact that it's stuck.
His body is wrapped around its toe like a burrito.
Carteria.
Imagine the adrenaline you'd feel being Roland right now.
Oh, he's stiff as a board.
Stiff full of Pop Tarts.
The music is so good in that little sequence when he takes the darts out, or the drums.
The T-Rex just charges along it after him. It's fucking awesome.
See, this is a memory I had watching this. I swear there's a shot in the scene of the T-Rex sleeping. Like, you know when Ludlow later on comes along and sees that he's tranked it, I swear to God there was a shot of it like on the floor.
There probably was, I would imagine.
Well, they didn't have a full, or like the because when you see it later on, it's got a big tarp over it, hasn't it? In the cage.
How did it get in the cage?
Well, yeah, there's the other. We're now entering into the.
Well, they built the cage around it, didn't they?
Of course they did.
But it's lying on top of a flat thing, which
it's
means
just where they get the cage from in the first place.
It's like Operation Genesis, where the cage just wraps underneath the body.
Digs half the dirt up. I don't know what I like that about the how they transport the animals in Evolution, actually, with the strapping and the helicopter. For that, that's quite good.
Yeah, it's good. The physics on it is good, but the reality of it is you would be strangling death in like 30
there's one.
seconds.
I think there's one where there's like a Brachiosaurus, put it right around the throat. You just like poor thing, got like a fucking
breaking its neck.
So you're picking up a piece of wet spaghetti by both ends.
I'm just picturing the that footage of the woman and the getting airlifted by the helicopter. She's just spinning. It's like a Triceratops.
Oh mate, that is so funny.
I've never laughed so hard at anything in my life.
I love it. I mean,
and then it cuts to her husband. He's like, "Yeah, and we was just getting all weird. It was just so we was getting worried about her." and then oh fucking hell.
It's so funny. She probably thought that she had died and this was hell.
I really wish this scene was longer. It's such a great scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely iconic. Oh, do you mean the scene of the woman spinning around in the helicopter? I wish that had gone on for longer.
6 hours of spinning. Her brain's just fucking goop.
It's a YouTube video. It's 10 hours. 10-hour spin. There probably is a version out there, isn't there?
I mean, I'm not going to say I'd watch all of it, but I'd give it a go.
Set to you spin me right round.
Oh,
that bit. The scream
Sticky,
in the distance.
that's a video for you, mate.
Have you just realised how small Julianne Moore is?
Baby, right.
Yeah, she's tiny, isn't she?
Yeah.
I
She's
can
even Pop Tarts
confirm.
Go big and strong.
I can confirm. I cannot find on YouTube the spinning lady for 10 hours.
Oh, what?
There's no,
There we go. There's a
no,
gap
it's
in the
not.
market.
Yeah, there is. There is a gap in the market right there.
Or you could just get loads of different scenes from other movies and just get a spinning through all different clip montages of just different.
Just replace every rotor blade of every helicopter in a movie with like
Get to the chopper. You know, there's a that Harry Hill program. I can't remember what it's called, where he goes fight. And he has all
TV
that-
burp.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
There's one where there was a gorilla that was kept rolling down a hill at a zoo. And all of a sudden, there's like a geezer in a gorilla suit rolling across the studio. Then it cuts into another scene. He's just rolling down the street, and then into somewhere else. I was crying. It's fucking brilliant.
So Thunderbirds.
Back on the main topic.
This. I mean, we keep saying it, but this is like scene after scene is just so good. But this is
Yeah.
when he's
The
the
set
atmosphere in this,
right.
the mist and the fucking
The breath in the air. Oh,
Yeah.
So
And the
good.
montage on the back here is great.
I think every Jurassic fan would want that on their wall.
Yeah.
It's such a great image.
The mural.
Mm.
It really, funny enough, it really looks like a cover of a copy of Arthur Conan Doyle's Lost World. The one that you got me, Jack.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like a picture on the front that looks just like that as well. So cool.
So what I like about this scene is that, like, obviously Nick has only ever heard the rumours of it and not really known much about the park, and he kind of that sort of the way he sort of realizes there, like, shit, this place was real.
Yeah. It's like, oh man.
Well, he didn't
Yeah,
even
because
expect.
obviously they would have been like spread bullshit about it on the news and that. Like,
But I love it. It took for
Fabricating
him
it,
to
like-
see the mural to realise that it was real. All the dinosaurs.
wait.
Just...
You're telling me there's dinosaurs here?
Yeah, he was
I know.
Hammond's backup plan.
But I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, he sees the park and goes, God, yeah, it was all real. Like,
Oh, he's a brave guy though. Like fuck would I be going in that place?
Yeah, especially with a dodgy thumb.
Malcolm didn't think to mention the original park in the 4-day trip to the island.
he must
Strictly
have-
need to know basis.
They must have asked about that.
Indian Harbour. This is the Indian Harbour base.
So see, here you go. Here's the whole issue with this. I'm gonna go on a massive rant now.
You're casual.
So Nick makes the call, right?
Mm.
That to the InGen guys to come and rescue, and they go come in. So they must be on the Ventura InGen Harbor to InGen. What is it called? Harvest Base or whatever. So the Harvest Base are the guys on the island. The guys at the harbor are there with the Ventura, right? Nick doesn't know that Roland Tembo has tranked the T-Rex. Yet in 5 minutes, they're going to be in the helicopter, and Nick's going to be going, there's one souvenir they've not taken with him. And then they look out the window, and the T-Rex is already tranked, or well, not already tranked, but already in its harness, already ready and set to go. It's like, who told them that the T-Rex was tranked? And that must have been Ludlow and everyone else when they got there. So they must have flown from the Ventura, got to Ludlow and Roland and everyone, flown back to the Ventura, picked up the T-Rex car, the capture gear.
This is right now is when I'd wanted on this conversation. Right now, explain this.
Well, yeah, it's like you need a scene where like they explain to them, or when they look out the window and go, that's not one souvenir they take with them. All you see down at the bottom below them is everyone crowded around a T-Rex tranked in nothing.
That's
And
why
maybe a
taken off.
helicopter and like a helicopter descending with the capture gear.
Yeah.
Like after it's come back, it's just the more you think about it, the worse it gets. Because then you realise that this all is because they didn't phone the Ventura to tell them where they were.
It's like all the crew on the Ventura who like die. It's just like, well, you don't see it, and you just assume that they try and make out the Rexes did it, but actually in the novel it was the Raptors. And
I never understood why they ran back the same side the Raptors running, where the Raptor is. Like having a good old gnaw at her bag, they run round the car to run back towards the Raptor. I never understood that. Weird.
I wonder if the T-Rex transfer thing was already on the island.
Oh god, that raptor looks so good.
That's what makes you think. It's like, did Ludlow secretly have a phone call ready?
The one on the roof,
then?
on the tree.
Yeah, the one like just before this, where it's on the tree,
on the log thing.
Yeah, so good. I mean, even that looks fucking amazing.
The whole film.
There we go. Ian's back is now cut to the bone.
Oh, look, it's that truck from Jurassic Park 3.
Just realised that little thing's gone. There's a little thing that falls on the floor, and then next scene it's gone. Oh no, it's not. It's there again.
I just love the whole look of this village and the whole like raptors climbing over roofs and stuff like that. I think this scene is criminally short.
Cue.
Yeah, being hunted through the village by raptors. Just
from
when the concept art wasn't Sarah supposed to be on like a motorbike or something going over the roofs?
Yeah, come on, where was that?
I mean that would have been so good to see.
Back in 1997.
Well, I love all the concept art showing all like the engine guys rushing across the roofs, and some of them even look like Weyland-Yutani commandos from like from Alien 3.
Capture teams. Yeah,
there's a shot of them running in the rain across it. Like, it just looks so good.
Yeah,
that's how perfect this scene is. I just want more of it.
Yeah, that's it. I suppose that's a hallmark of a good scene, is that you just like, but it did.
Do you know what I might go and eat?
Apple turnover?
A Pop Tart. I might go and make one.
Go and make one. Put it in the toaster.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Make one.
Yeah.
Culinary masterclass on making Pop Tarts.
Yeah,
fine cuisine.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
The best look of the village is in that Sliders episode.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny as if Ian Malcolm just ran up to that raptor and booted it in the head whilst it was trapped under the door.
I'd love that.
Hey, it worked for Grant in the first film.
Yeah.
Kicked 7 shades out of it.
Grant just loves kicking dinosaurs. I hope he kicks
nothing is too good for Grant's boot.
What does he kick in Jurassic Park 3?
When he kicks the Pteranodon.
Oh, yeah.
He cracks me up every time.
That's what he does every time he does it. It's like you kick a dino in the head, that's when you make the bread.
And by bread, I mean money, Billy.
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
Speaking of which, turn those pockets out. Let me see what you got.
Kelly can stick that on her CV. And she kicked a raptor out the window.
I wonder if you know when Billy was laying on the bed in the helicopter at the end of Jurassic Park 3, where he's like strapped in and can't move. Grant went through his pockets.
Billy's looking all gooey-eyed at Grant while he's fucking fleecing him.
Billy thinks he's going to do something else.
Finally, I've been waiting for this moment.
I'd give you your hat.
Just give me your fucking money.
Well, that's the important thing.
I still think Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say this is such a specific sort of like setup with the tiles. Like,
Yeah.
it's I want to know how they is that's not in the novel, is it? Like she slides all the tiles off the roof.
No.
It's like I wonder how they
I
came
like the
up
fact
with
you
that.
can see the colour differentiation with the raptors as well.
Mm.
This is where I didn't realise that the female raptors were still almost like that orangey red sort of colour, because there it looks like the Jurassic Park coloured raptor.
Yeah.
So I thought they were a bit
going out
more
the window,
brown.
20 feet away from the
It
building.
makes no sense. She's just in a bush. She falls underground and rolls out a window for second story, then he's just in a bush.
Do you
know
know
what
what?
that
Do
is?
you know what I think happens? Yeah, I think that them raptors are fighting on that roof, but on that joiner building. That's the only thing that makes sense there.
I love it if they go up to the helicopter and the butler was there. Turn the fucking lights off.
Or he's there with
Someone's already
the
schooled
butler's
me.
there with torches in both hands, just waving them around. Like that's him. That's why the
It actually kind of looked like him.
yeah.
Turn the light off.
That set's still there, isn't it?
No, it's gone now.
I think they've actually. I think they
it?
just
Is
got
that-
rid of
is
it.
that-
Down.
They got rid of it just before Christmas.
Oh, that sucks.
They just left it fucking fall to bits, didn't they?
It's because they don't care about it as much as we do.
Well, they
They just
should.
don't give a shit. They're just like, just stick it there for some fans.
They've got that psycho house all looking pristine.
Well, that's because they use it in a show, don't they? Like when you go on the tour, there's an actor comes out and he's carrying a body, and
Do you remember being on that tour and they're like, oh, look at the War of the Worlds set on the right, and we're all like looking on the left, just trying to get a peek at the Lost World building.
yeah, and you can just see the top of it poking out the tree.
Yeah.
And there's older, what was it? Spielberg just sat in a golf buggy, just having a sandwich or whatever.
Yeah. The Spielberg animatronic. Half his face is missing.
Was Spielberg actually there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were driving past, and he was like, but 5 feet away from us as we
Jesus.
drove past, and
Wow.
Yaroslav was like,
Yeah, I thought
Steven!
he was going
And
to
he
jump
looked
out
up
the
and-
fucking truck. Okay.
he smiled and waved. It was like,
Amazing.
yeah,
And then
Smile
gave us
and
the
wave,
finger.
boys. Smile and wave.
just sitting on his own in
Yeah,
his
he's-
golf buggy, just on his phone.
Is Tembo's final scene?
It's been enough time in the company of death.
It's just a good
can't believe
line.
we never see him again.
And the music in it as well is like perfect.
Yeah, it's not too overdone, is it? It's quite subtle.
And just the backlighting on the helicopter, it's like so mysterious.
It sounds like good finale sort of music, doesn't it?
That's the thing. This is why, like, I give grief now on the film for like the convoluted setup, if you really think about it. But there's so much good stuff in this scene. It's like it's hard to really hate it. It's like you just watch it. Go, yeah,
You just go along for the ride.
Yeah. Because technically, that helicopter that Ronan getting into shouldn't even be there. But he can get in it.
Yeah.
He's allowed to.
San Diego, there we go. You know, I think the actual only shot that was actually filmed in San Diego was that flyover, apparently. The rest are all in like Burbank or somewhere.
No one says goodbye to Nick. we were like, oh, there goes Tembo. Brilliant. Yeah, what a great character. No one gives a shit about Nick Van Owen.
It's because you don't even notice he's gone.
It just gave him a thumbs up as he left.
Fuck.
It gave him a nub up.
What is that song that's about Nick Van Owen and Ronan Tembo that the film sort of riffs on? Oh, God.
It's got the names in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Look at that guy whose arm's shaking who's holding the light. He's like...
It's the 5th consecutive hour he's held up.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think this scene's really well done. The fact that it's a small model.
Yeah, miniature. It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how it just comes out of the fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Isn't it like something like Roland the Thompson Gunner or something?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
Thompson Machine Gunner or something.
Roland the Headland Thompson Gunner.
Who sings it?
Warren Sevron. And the lyrics, for those of you that don't know. Roland was a warrior from the land of the midnight sun, with a Thompson gun for hire, fighting to be done. The deal was made in Denmark on a dark and stormy day. He set out for Biafra to join the bloody fray. Through 66 and 7, they fought the Congo War, with their fingers on their triggers, knee deep in the gore. The days and nights they battled, the Bantu to their knees. They killed to earn their living, and they helped out the Congolese. Roland the Thompson Gunner. Roland the Thompson Gunner. His comrades fought beside him, Van Owen and the rest.
There you go.
But all of the Thompson Gunners, Roland was the best. I think it basically says that Van Owen betrays him, I think.
Nice one.
Which he does.
I like this. Roland searched the continent for the man who'd done him in. He found him in Mombasa, in a barroom drinking gin. Roland aimed his Thompson gun. He didn't say a word, but he blew Van Owen's body from here to Johannesburg.
I like to think that's what happened at the end of this.
Yeah, because Tembo is... I mean, his accent isn't really South African, but they've gone for that kind of South African vibe, haven't they?
Well, it's interesting that him and RJ meet in Mombasa in the deleted scene. So that's another hint towards the song.
Imagine everyone saying, Peter, if you want me to run this into a camping trip, there are 2 conditions. First of all, I'm in charge. It wouldn't quite sound the same, would it?
Second of all, I want them Pop Tarts.
I cannot get my hands on this Rix.
A man, a buck only. How and why my business?
Diplomatic immunity. Just been revoked.
Hey, I wonder if they tried him with that accent, but he couldn't do it.
He just kept saying fucking lines from Lethal Weapon.
Singing Diane word songs.
Detectives.
I went for the next best thing, Lucky Charms instead.
Hey, the windows are all smashed. Look in the bridge. Did you see that?
Yeah, the windows are all broken, but it's like, how did the T-Rex, did it like lick him out?
Yeah.
Like, did it do a Tim from the novel, like wrap its tongue around him?
And he was resisting so hard it pulled his hand off.
Yeah.
The CGI.
Oh, this is where
fucking good.
Yeah.
Clayton noticed someone doing a barrel roll, and the T-Rex actually treads on him after. He goes through his legs. Bottom of the screen, yeah, that barrel roll there.
Oh, yeah.
And then, it just misses him, actually. I thought he trod on him.
Yeah, you're right. The special effects are just so good in this sequence.
There's a CGI Jeff Goldblum.
Is there? Wait, what? Oh. I was like thinking, did they swap him out? You know, like Gennaro on the toilet.
I love how nobody notices the sound of the T-Rex at all. It's just everyone's continuing.
I'm actually surprised one of the model companies haven't tried to rebuild this on the rocks.
It would be an injustice. They dare not do the Lost World injustice.
Yeah, it'd be on the rock. The rock would be like beautifully painted and rendered, and the Rex would just look like a fucking orange
E.T.
cheetah.
E.T.
Just look like E.T.
We call it the
You know-
Spielberg double deal.
You know that bit in E.T. when he's just like, bottom. That ravine.
I just imagine this statue and it says the Lost World on it. They got a flag and it's just E.T. on the rock. Doesn't even look.
Oh, I'm in pain. Funny thing is, people listening to this commentary probably won't have a clue why this is like why we're all laughing at each other's shit.
It's for a very niche audience.
Like, private joke.
Like, I don't think we've explained the thumb. Nick Vaughn's thingy's thumb. So there'll just be like all these thumb jokes.
I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, just Google it for any listeners out there. Just Google Vince Vaughn thumb. Take it all in.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's...
Fun jokes.
These houses, massive. The second thing is this scene always, as a kid, I've always like sort of. I remember looking out the window thinking, I can't believe a Rex's head would be as high as my window. It sort of gave a sort of essence of realism because in a jungle, you don't get the
scale.
The scale as such.
Trees can like just look the same
like
no
that.
matter what.
It's so good.
Exactly.
Like, every kid in 1997 probably went home and was like looking in the bed, looking out the window, like, "Oh, please."
Yeah, Benjamin ends up with PTSD.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You know.
Go in your mum and dad's bedroom. I'm going to recreate this scene. Open the door. You're like, oh my god, no!
Fucking look at the lights. The butler's been through there.
See, the thing is, that is the one deleted scene I really do wish was still in the film, is the T-Rex's head bursting into this room.
Just like devouring them.
It's criminal that we know it's actually been filmed as well.
Isn't that the photo with Spielberg's daughter in the shot, isn't it?
Yeah, that was like
two
the second
pictures,
only
isn't it?
picture in existence. It only came out like last year. She only posted
And
it.
we spoke to Matt Winston, didn't we? And who else did we? No, we spoke to the guy who played the kid. Yeah, who played Benjamin. And he they did some digging, didn't they? And they they said that like Stan Winston was directing that second unit or whatever.
I think I still got the emails on that.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'd love to see that. One day, I reckon that'll come out. I can see why they cut it, though, because it might be a bit too traumatic to show like a family being decimated after their dog had just been eaten.
Yeah.
Like chewing their heads off and everything.
This scene's my
crushed against the wall.
But we don't know. They might have just ran out the. They might not.
Yeah,
be
they
like
would.
the
I
full
would have just
version.
assumed they would have just run.
This scene's my favourite scene throughout the entire film. This model and the music.
Yeah, this
So
movie.
fucking
It's
cool.
totally
great,
like
isn't it?
flawless. You just think, oh yeah, it's a helicopter shot.
Yeah, that's like one of the miniature shots that really, really doesn't look like a miniature at all. I think this and Starship Troopers do the best miniature work.
If you want to stop us, shoot us. Don't forget Titanic.
Well, no, I mean like in terms of not being able to tell that it's a miniature. Yeah, you're right. Titanic's it.
What's a miniature in Starship Troopers? It was that.
Ships. Would you believe?
Just the spaceships.
The spaceships, yeah.
Right, yeah. I was just thinking like a base or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, they might have done some stuff like that. But it's like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings uses loads of miniatures, but at the same time, I can still kind of tell that they're miniatures, even though they're actually quite big.
What about the pod racing stadium in Phantom Menace?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And the fact that the actual crowd are like little matchsticks.
Really?
With like a fan blowing underneath them to make them all like jump up and down. But you'd never be able to tell. Like you look at it and it's like, it's so awesome.
That's cool. I love this bit where Rex bites the.
Light.
Yeah, so good.
The no dinosaurs sign.
The
Sort of
timeline
gives-
kind of
sort of-
confuses
You
me.
get the essence of its power, of its jaw. Like you just sort of bend that thing like it's a skipping rope.
Because the boat comes into the port and it seems like it's late night, and then the Rex is walking around the streets even later, like everyone's in bed, but then it's just gone down this high street and people are out fucking renting videos.
And we know that's yeah, they're out renting videos.
Do you think David Kep sort of said, you know what, kill me off because I'm sick of writing fucking shit?
What?
It feels like something they just came up with on the day. Like Spielberg's like, yeah, Kep, what do you think of this?
Because, you know, like his good stuff is quality in it, but his shit stuff shit as well, isn't it?
That was actually B-roll footage of Spielberg chasing him down to write Jurassic Park 3, and they just added the dinosaur in afterwards, chasing him.
You see Spielberg in the shot here, don't you? In the rear view mirror. And he's, just
Yeah?
sit there. Yeah, carefully. You see him in
Oh,
his
the
hat.
the crew, yeah, in the back.
Spielberg
What a
sitting
hack.
back on his phone.
You know what I liked about the Buck animatronic is the big, like, almost like the nose brow, almost. Like the bony nozzle
More defined,
area.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
The nozzle area.
Whatever it is. Whatever that's called. Whatever that is called.
Bony schnoz.
Schnoz. But it's only, I was watching that. I was looking at a documentary on T-Rex. That David, what's his name, James?
Ambra.
David, what is it? No, it's a T-Rex documentary.
The scene's
James
coming up now with the
James, you there still?
Yeah, I am still here. Yeah.
Is it James? Is it David Hone?
Oh yeah, David Hone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's great. He was doing. He had a good old, he had a full-size Rex skull, fossil one, and it's like nasal cavity bit is all like fused together, which enables it to have a put under intense pressure on its skull, so it can latch on and twist and rotate without doing any damage. So it was almost like how you'd imagine like a pit bull, lockjaw sort of
Giant
animal.
pit bull. God.
Yeah. So if it latches on, it ain't letting go until it's got something in its gob.
Yeah, but James, I've seen Jurassic Park 3. That's not true.
Oh,
T-Rex
Yeah.
bites
not
onto a Spinosaurus and it does let go. So that
It's not
theory is just bunk. I don't want to hear that theory again.
so annoying, I know. Do you know what? That's why I really like that bit. And in Jurassic World, it grabs the Indominus at the beginning and starts sort of just like throwing it around everywhere before the Indominus realizes, oh, I've got arms. I'm gonna start punching the crap out of the Rex.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
Sort of moves it around like a
even
little...
shakes it like a dog.
I like that. It's good. I want that infant.
See, Lunley doesn't learn anything. You'd think he'd have a character arc of like they're like when he says now you're John Hammond, he's like, oh shit, and this is a chance for Ludlow to really do something good. Maybe he does something that was good, but he doesn't. He just goes, nah, fuck it, I want to double down. I want this park.
Yeah, like he seems like when he's just sat, he's like thinking, oh god, I've messed up with you.
Well, I guess that's his. That's not his Petticoat Lane scene, is it? Because, like equivalent, because he already knows things go to pot on the island. But then again, it's not his fault. It's Hammond's team's fault that happened. So I guess him sitting there is like him contemplating: should I endorse my park or should I not? And I guess he chooses to endorse.
The
way.
What do you guys think of the baby Rex Raw?
It annoyed me when I was a kid when I first saw it. Don't care for it now. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's like quite a good little baby version of the adult.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like you can see where they were trying to go with the same sort of
When I was a kid, I thought it sounded too
Trumpety
human, which is why I didn't like it.
Mm.
But I appreciate it now because it just sounds like, you know, the adults, as you just said. When I was little, that just sounds like a person making a noise.
I still think they should have left that scene of him breaking the Rex's leg, because the Rex just broke his leg now. It would just tie it so much better together.
Yeah, I don't mind that they took it out 'cause it makes Roland Tembo seem bad, but that makes his arc stronger.
Yeah.
And plus, like, it shows his hunting skills that stands in the film, because we don't really see him do much hunting, really. We were caught, like, he doesn't do anything else other than trank the T-Rex, really.
Plus, I don't think he would, like, Tembo doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would just, like, nail the infant down at the ground. Like, it seems like kind of bad sportsmanship. But
that's what I like. I like that it's like he starts.
I just noticed the black eye. So
That's because stoned out of his mind on
that's the first time I noticed
tranquilizer and the stimulant. It's absolutely out of his mind.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Bruce the shark in Nemo. Yeah, that tastes good. I'm having fish tonight.
I'm having Pop Tarts tonight.
I'm having tarts tonight.
Yeah, I've been thinking not to go off on another tangent, but like I think it'd be good if we watched other films and did commentary sometime.
Yeah, but then we're just talking about Jurassic Park, though.
Well, yeah, and then we could just take the commentary of Finding Nemo and put it over the Lost World. Got the perfect commentary for the.
I feel like we need to watch Jurassic Park 3.
Oh god, yeah, I haven't watched it in years, so I
bet my bottom dollar. Do you know what I'd really like in Jurassic World? No, it won't happen. But I don't know, something like the Kirby's were you see the Kirby's paint and tile plus shop, and like a Pteranodon just like shits on it or something like that.
Or like a Pteranodon starts nesting on it.
Yeah, on top.
Yeah.
Just as like, I don't know, just a nod to us. It is absolutely imperative.
Now, here's a question for you guys: is this end shot a dream? Or is it?
Yeah, no, I knew you. I was waiting for this.
I knew I was going to say. Is it Kelly's envisioning of what Hammond's saying, or is it the literal truth?
I reckon it's a cool shot in the film.
Ross has the right answer.
It would only be beat by Malcolm coming in to frame in his glider and then waving at the camera.
Do you know what would be really funny? It just if all the lights flicked off and just sitting in the dark.
And a fucking Ronan.
And his little butler comes in.
You see a hand coming in the shot in the background, flicking a light switch and coming out.
Hammond goes, "Don't turn them off now, you fucking prick."
Now you
Well, let's see, what else can be fit in this picture? Although this is my favourite Pteranodon, not gonna lie.
Well, it's funny because the mural
Love
that
that
Nick
bullet.
bumps into actually depicts pteranodons at Jurassic Park, but obviously we don't know if they were actually on the island at the time.
The Blu-ray really like highlights the blue on that, actually.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, is that what it does? You get red rays.
Too much blue.
That's why people have been complaining about the colour grading on
blue tint.
right?
Yeah. Blue tint.
Well, why did you watch it on Blu-ray then? What's the matter? Regular Ray not good enough for you?
Regular Ray.
The all new format, Regular Ray.
Well, there you go. Lost World.
Ray
this
in
movie.
Star Wars, so like I'm Ray. Ray who? Regular Ray.
We put a grey filter over everything.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any little stupid videos you can get from this conversation.
Oh, there'll be lots of stupid videos, that's for sure.
Can't wait for all the Pop Tarts to suddenly appear, chasing down the humans.
They did look like Pop Tarts though, the silver packets with the blue logos on. That's funny, that.
Well, there we go. Well,
There it is.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, that was fun.
I really fancy a Pop Tart now.
Yeah.
I really fancy turning all my lamps off and saving electricity.
Jeeves?
I still can't believe that whole conversation. Electricity literally has come from like the first scene almost.
Oh, it's just so funny, the idea of him like going, "Can you turn this lamp off?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, sir." And he accidentally pulls out the blooming life support machine.
Just mid-conversation. Thank God for saying...
Thank God for saying beep.